No matter you have 100 Newton meters of torque or 100 bhp, there's no use when the traffic is this horrible.
What? It feels like a ZX-10R.
So guys, this is the Ultraviolette F77 M 2.0 and this is the super sport variant of the Ultraviolette, whereas this bike right here is the F77S and this is the Street Fighter variant. Both the bikes look exactly same and both come with the same chassis, but the thing is that one has a clip-on handlebars, as you can see, whereas this one comes with a proper bar handle. And apart from that, switchgear and everything is exactly same. We'll be riding it in a couple of minutes. They're prepping the test bike. Once the test bike comes, I'll tell you how it feels to ride. Fit and finish is really good. It is really good, and the design is absolutely aerodynamic. As you can see, it's got winglets and it's got a proper aero design. Both the bikes. This looks a bit more aerodynamic than that one because it's got a more aggressive riding position. And over here we have the yellow bike, as you can see. For me, somehow white looks more appealing than yellow, but yellow is a bit fancy. Comment down below which color of the F77 do you like. As I said, my personal favorite is white for now. Outside there's a dual tone black and white. I think we'll be riding that one. Once we get to ride the bike, I'll tell you how it feels. I'll show you guys the cluster of the bike. It is very big and it takes 15-20 seconds to turn on, and F77 written over here, and it's written. As you can see, it's got some cool graphics, and we have buttons over here just like KTM's to control this cluster, and it's got a lot of options. As you can see, it even got navigation, which is fantastic. I think they've got some inbuilt navigation app. Let us check out the cluster of that bike as well. I'm sure both are going to be exactly same. And let me turn it on. First of all, key looks really good. Key looks really futuristic, and there's this ultraviolet logo on the key. And as you can see, as I said, it takes a couple of seconds to turn on, and F77. So let us toggle through the cluster. Let's see what all features it's got. It's making a noise, and as you can see, it's got 67% of battery left. We got this is the bike's info, and as you can see, it's got navigation, and these are the trip details and past GPS data. This is settings and controls. You can assign specific functions for these buttons, just like our PlayStation controller. And we have documents and Bluetooth. This has turn-by-turn navigation, and this even shows complete maps in its built-in navigation app. So it's got amazing tech, and we've got multiple levels of traction control. We've got ABS, and as you can see, to get that motorcycle feel, it doesn't have the back brake on the left side of the handlebar. It's got the back brake at our right foot, so it gives you that motorcycle feels. But of course, it's an EV, so it doesn't get any transmission. And the best part is, this is a chain driven motor. It's not a hub motor or a belt driven motor, so you'll get proper sports bike feels while riding, apart from the lack of transmission. We are going to ride the Ultraviolette for the first time ever. It's got a massive 90 Newton meters of torque. I guess it's 100 Newton meters for that model. It's the most powerful Ultraviolette right now in the market. Riding the F77 for the first time. So welcome to the POV, guys. I guess the view is clear. I've already ridden that bike. That is the F77 Air M, and this is the F77 S Super Sport. Yeah, Super Street, and the Adi Super Sport. Okay. So guys, here we are. Finally we found little bit of empty stretch. For Hyderabad traffic, this is considered empty. So the bike has got 3 riding modes. The basic mode is glide, and then we have combat, and then ballistic, which is the topmost riding mode. We are now running the bike in ballistic mode. But for starters, in glide mode, this just feels like some Ather 450X or the Ola S1 Pro. It literally feels like a small electric scooter, but when you put it in the second riding mode, which is the combat mode, it feels like you're riding some 400 to 600 cc bike, something like an Interceptor 650, and it's a very light bike. The entire bike is made up of some hard fiber, so the bike is not very heavy. It feels faster, it feels very fast. Whereas when you put the bike in combat mode, or rather the topmost ballistic mode, it feels like a missile. It really feels ballistic when you put the bike in the topmost mode. But conditions like this, you just need to put it in glide mode, so that it will be easy to maneuver the bike, and it will be easy to handle the throttle. Or else if it's in the top two driving modes, anything other than the glide mode, it is more of managing the power rather than managing the bike, because the throttle gets very sensitive in the higher two riding modes, whereas in the basic mode, that is the glide mode, throttle feels a bit good and gentle. You don't have to be very conscious about the throttle. And in conditions like this, in stop go traffic, it is better to have it in glide mode. And for now, as you can see how easy it is to maneuver this bike. It is a very light bike, and it is very agile and nimble. The center of mass of the bike is perfectly calibrated to the center of your of your body, so that the person and body, the entire system center, so that the bike feels very agile and nimble. It doesn't feel lack of confidence at any given moment. You feel very confident when you're on this bike. So this is the street fighter variant of the Ultraviolette, whereas we have another super sport variant which is even more confidence inspiring. And with great power comes great responsibility, so we need great brakes. This bike has got fantastic brakes, and as you can see how easy it is to filter through traffic. Usually I don't ride like this, but just to demonstrate you guys how this feels, to let me put it in ballistic mode, and this is how powerful the bike is. The torque is fantastic. This has got 97 newton meters of torque, and the other bike has got almost 100 newton meters. So these bikes feel very torquey. Forget about the power figures, forget about the engine and battery and all that. Anyway, this has got some 7 odd kilowatt hours of battery, and the range is also very good. In the basic riding mode, this returns anywhere between 230 to 250 kilometers of range. That is the claimed range. And even on the cluster in the basic glide mode, this is showing beyond 200 kilometers, which is a good thing for a bike which is this powerful. Let me see if I can filter through this narrow space. Yes, it can. In fact, the handlebar of this thing feels a little bit wider compared to the Super Sport variant, because that has got a clip-on handlebars. But in spite of being a wider handlebar, even this bike feels very easy to filter through traffic. If you're someone who would want a one-bike garage, these bikes would definitely fit 100%, because as I said, in the basic riding mode, these bikes feel very basic, something like an EV scooter. Whereas in the mediocre driving mode, which is the combat mode, the bike feels like a middleweight bike, somewhere like 400 to 600 cc bike, because not because of the power or torque, but because of the weight of this bike. It feels it makes you feel that you're riding it very fast. Whereas when you put the bike in the topmost riding mode, which I'm riding right now, that is the ballistic mode, this literally feels like a 750 to 800 cc bike. It gives you the feels of riding a street triple. Of course, this doesn't have a transmission, this doesn't have an engine, all that sound. You miss a lot of things that a normal superbike offers you. But coming to the riding part, coming to the riding dynamics and the power and handling, this is no less than a superbike. And the suspension, as you can see, I'm currently riding on the bumpier part of the road and trying to filter in. I don't think that is possible. Yes, it is. The space is very narrow, but it is kind of possible to filter through traffic. But on rough patches or bad patches of road, you're not going to be very comfortable, because these bikes have got stiffer suspension setup. As this bike is designed by keeping the track riding part mostly in the mind. So these are kind of track oriented machines. At least the Super Sport variant is more track oriented, whereas this is kind of street oriented. So I would rather call this a street fighter. As you can see, it is very easy to filter through traffic, and it is very easy to maneuver this bike in normal daily riding conditions, especially in this kind of traffic. So it is kind of foggy outside right now and a very beautiful climate to ride, and a bike like this you would definitely enjoy it. If you ask me, is it worth buying the Ultraviolet, I would definitely say yes, because you get the performance of a very, very, very bigger bike at this price point. You can see the price figures and all the specs of the bike on the screen right now. So guys, this is my review of the Ultraviolette F77. Hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video with some other amazing content really soon. Until then, this is Vikram signing off.